Welcome back to Free Blonding Education. Today we are doing just my signature bright blonde with no root. This is going to be really easy and simple behind the chair. So all I do is I literally highlight them. I don't root and I don't tone. Sometimes I'll throw in a wet balayage if it needs a little bump. It's so easy. I get my blondes in and out in about 2 hours. This is something I built up over time. This isn't the first time I'm doing her hair. This is just a maintenance appointment. So I'm able to just go in and do my highlights, and then I can leave them no root, no tone, and it looks perfect. I want to teach you guys how I do this today. So come along with me. Okay, so we are gonna go ahead and get lightener mixed up. So I mixed the Super Blonde 9 with paint powder. Do 20 grams Super Blonde 9, 10 grams paint powder, and the mixing ratio is 1 to 2 with the developer. So it's super, super gentle on the hair. So we're getting the lift, but it's gentle. Because of the consistency, it's like the perfect consistency to grip the foil. Here in the US, you can buy it on simplyorganicbeauty.com. Go ahead and get that mixed up. And then also Sheridan is gonna foil with me. She's gonna foil the back. So we're gonna mix up 2 bowls. We are going to do 10 ball to start with. I'm also using my House of Foils foils. Love using these for the mohawk section. I feel like I get a really good grip. I don't get any slippage. And yeah, they're cute. So use code Micah Beasley for money off.
All right, let's get into it. So I am just starting out with the hairline foils. I do this so that my assistant can see where to go in and just keep on following my diagonal back sections. And I think right here I'm gonna do about 4 just to frame the face. And I really like that diagonal back section here because you gotta think of how the hair is gonna fall forward. So that section right there behind her ear, that little piece of hair, sometimes that gets left out. And then you're gonna have a dark piece that's literally right there, kind of framing like the under part of her face. So we want to make sure all of this is really bright and really good coverage. So that's also why I like to go in and do it. And then it just makes it easier for my assistant to follow that up. And then I'm also going to go in and just do those couple little hairs right there at the bottom of the hairline. And this will give me like a nice, like this is like my money piece for the back of the head. As you can see, she did really need a full this time. I think we've done like 3 partials. So now obviously she needed a full, especially when I'm doing my no root blonde and I'm keeping it really bright. It kind of looks silly if the underneath is brunette and then the top and sides are just no root super bright blonde. So we want to make sure everything is balanced. So now I'm doing the sides of the head just like normal, and then my assistant is going up the back of the head at the same time, just making sure that we are not leaving a lot of hair in between the foil. We are packing those Slaby lights in. Make note of the bounce that I'm doing in my comb is my Slaby light. I'm not doing a slice and I'm not doing a baby light. It's kind of more of a bounce of my comb so that I get more coverage, but it's also very diffused. Also make note of how much product I am saturating on these foils. That's what's going to give me the lift. Remember, we started with 10 volume, but then whenever we remix, we're going to up it. So we either do 10 and 20 mix or we do 20. I always like to end with 20 vol. That way everything is lifting at the same time. It'll all be a pretty level 10 lift. So now we are going over to the money piece. I always get so many questions about my money pieces and my foiling pattern for this. So my first one was a slice with no hair left out. My second one is also going to be a slice with no hair left out. Don't force, here, we're doing another slice here. Don't force any of the little baby hairs into the foil. If they want to fall out, let them fall out, but make sure that you're still going to get good coverage around the face. Like you don't want chunks left out right around the face. So here we're doing the 4th slice because she did want a little bit more of a bolder money piece. And then now I'm going to do my first weave, but on that first weave, we always want to leave a very fine amount of hair out. We don't want to go in and leave a big chunk of hair out because then we're going to have a big chunk right behind our money piece. So you have to be very intentional and very detailed when working around the money piece. And then as I'm going up the head, I'm ever so slightly leaving more and more hair out up to where I get to that crown section. Because remember, whatever is in the foil doesn't change, whatever is outside of the foil changes. We want what's in the foil to be the same density throughout the head. That's what's going to help us get the even lift. And then make note of also how I am placing my lightener. I'm not like putting all my lightener at the top of the foil because that could possibly, give us bleed lines. I place the lightener on the root regrowth, and then I'm like ever so slightly working that product up because I don't want a huge just like glob of product at the top of the foil, because that could lead to bleed lines, which would completely defeat the purpose of doing a no root blonde, because we want these foils to be perfect so that we can leave them no root. That's what's going to save us time. We're putting all of our time and energy into this right here so that we don't have to do a root or a tone. And then I'm just going up the back here once I got to the point where I couldn't reach anymore. And then once we get to the top, I want to show you guys that I always leave a veil piece. You don't want two foils back to back, you're going to have a chunk. So make sure that veil piece is the same size of what you left out between your other foils. So there's, see my little tiny veil up there. We don't want a big chunk left out because then you're also going to have a big chunk. So here are those foils. She had so many of them. There's the back, as you can see. All right, and now we're doing our bulwark, which is very simple because I'm literally going to just rinse her out. I'm going to shampoo her 2 times. And we use Milbon products here at the salon, and they are literally amazing. They leave the hair feeling just like butter. I love them. They make detangling super easy. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. Now I'm going in just with a purple conditioner, and I mix the purple conditioner with the Milbon conditioner just to dilute that purple a little bit more because we want to leave her really nice and really bright. And she lifted to like a perfect 10, so I was really focusing the purple on the ends and not so much the roots. You guys, it looked so pretty. This is no root, no tone. It took me 2 hours and 30 minutes. You guys, it looks so beautiful. It's so bright and blendy.
Thank you guys for watching yet another free blonding education video. I want to hear from you guys what videos you want to see next because we're going to have new videos weekly. Subscribe so that you don't miss out. Thank you for watching.